Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we uncover some of the most valuable and rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into the top 10 most expensive and rare Lincoln 1-cent pennies that have sold for millions of dollars. That's right, some pennies are worth more than luxury cars, houses, and even some sports cars combined. So, if you're a coin collector, investor, or just someone who's curious about valuable coins, make sure you stick around until the end because you won't believe how much these rare Lincoln cents have sold for at auctions. Let's get started. Today, we're diving deep into the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but has sold for an incredible $91,999 at auction. That's right, this little penny could be worth a life-changing amount of money if you find the right one. So, stick around as we discuss its history, key features, rare errors, and exactly what makes it so valuable today. History of the 1982 Lincoln Penny. The 1982 Lincoln Penny is a significant year in U.S. coin history because it marked a major transition in the composition of the penny. Prior to 1982, Lincoln pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. However, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a zinc core with a thin copper plating, making the new pennies weigh 2.5 grams. This transition led to multiple variations of the 1982 penny, including large date copper 3.11 G, small date copper 3.11 G, large date zinc 2.5 G, small date zinc 2.5 G. Additionally, these pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no-mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S-proof coins. However, one of the rarest finds is the 1982 Lincoln penny with an no-mint mark, which can be worth thousands, or in some cases, nearly $92,000. Why the 1982 no-mint mark penny is so valuable. The 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most sought-after coins for collectors because of its rarity and unusual characteristics. Here are the main reasons why this coin is worth so much. Transitional error. Since 1982 was a year of major changes in penny composition, some pennies were accidentally struck with the wrong planchet or the wrong die, making them incredibly rare. And no-mint mark rarity. Most 1982 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically did not use a mint mark. However, certain varieties, especially those in high grade, are much harder to find, increasing their value. High-grade specimens, coins in near-perfect condition, graded MS-67 or higher, are extremely rare and command the highest prices. Full red RD designation. Collectors pay top dollar for full red RD Lincoln pennies, meaning they have maintained their original bright copper color without turning brown over time. Limited survival rate. Because pennies are heavily circulated, finding an uncirculated, flawless example of the 1982 no-mint mark penny is extremely difficult, adding to its value. Valuable errors to look for. If you have a 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you'll want to check for these valuable errors that can make it worth even more. Double die obverse, DDO, a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's portrait, the date, or the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust. These can be worth thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. If the coin was not properly aligned during striking, part of the design may be missing. A 50% off-center strike with a visible date and no-mint mark can be worth over $5,000. Wrong planchet error. Some 1982 pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets instead of zinc, making them heavier, 3.11 G instead of 2.5 G. These are extremely rare and can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Die cracks and cuds. These imperfections happen when the dies used to strike the coins develop cracks, leaving raised lines or blobs on the penny. The larger and more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin. Clipped planchet. If the metal blank was improperly cut, it can leave a curved or straight missing section on the penny. These can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on size and shape. How to identify a valuable 1982 no-mint mark penny. Not all 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies are worth a fortune, so how do you know if you have one of the valuable ones? Here are the key things to check. Weight. A copper penny will weigh 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny will weigh 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale to check. Date size. Compare your coin to known examples of large date versus small date varieties to determine which one you have. Color grading. A full red RD coin is much more valuable than a brown or red-brown example. Mint state. MS condition. The highest prices are for coins graded MS 65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Check for errors. Look under magnification to spot double dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Record-breaking sales and current. Market value. The most expensive 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny sold for a jaw-dropping $91,999, setting a record for this variety. This coin was in perfect MS68 RD condition, making it one of the finest known examples. For circulated 1982 no-mint Mark pennies, the value is typically 1 cent to $10. However, an uncirculated MS65 RD example can sell for $500 to $5,000, while a rare era variety can fetch $10,000 to $50,000 or more. Where to sell your 1982 no-mint Mark penny? If you think you have a valuable 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, here's where you can sell it: eBay auctions. A great place to get competitive bids from collectors, coin dealers, and shops. Many local dealers specialize in rare coins. Online auction houses, heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, great collections. These sites attract serious collectors. Coin shows and expos. A great way to get your coin appraised and find buyers. Third-party grading services, PCGS, NGC. Getting your coin professionally graded can significantly increase its value and attract higher offers. So, could you be holding a $91,999 treasure in your hands? If you have a 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, it's worth checking for errors, high-grade condition, and color quality. Even if you don't have the rarest variety, coin collecting is an exciting and rewarding hobby. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins. Also, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny in your change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change. Today, we have a fascinating topic: the 1987 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think this is just another ordinary penny, but one special coin sold for an astonishing $98,111 at auction. That's right. This tiny copper-plated coin is worth almost $100,000, and you could have one sitting in your collection right now. In this video, we're going to break down the history of the 1987 D. Lincoln penny, key features and mintage details, rare errors that make it so valuable, how to determine if your coin is worth a fortune, where to sell your rare pennies for top dollar. Make sure to watch until the end because we'll reveal exactly what makes a 1987 D penny worth nearly $100,000. History of the 1987 D. Lincoln penny. The 1987 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it has the D Mint mark below the date. This coin was part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the iconic wheat penny design. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, while the obverse maintains the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait created by Victor David Brenner. By 1982, the U.S. Mint had changed the composition of the penny from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change was made due to rising copper prices, but it also introduced new challenges. Zinc is much softer than copper, making these newer pennies more prone to damage, plating issues, and errors. Because the 1987 D penny was mass-produced, most people assume it's just pocket change. However, some rare high-grade coins and error varieties have shocked collectors with their sky-high auction prices. Mintage and general details. The Denver Mint produced a staggering 4.3 billion Lincoln pennies in 1987. Yes, billions! With such a high mintage, You might wonder how any 1987 D penny could be worth more than face value, let alone nearly $100,000. The answer lies in rarity, condition, and errors. Composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper weight, 2.5 grams diameter, 19.05 mm edge, plain, no reading, unlike older Lincoln cents, which were solid copper. 1987 pennies are copper-plated zinc. Because of this, they are more susceptible to plating bubbles, missing copper layers, and other striking issues, making error coins more common and valuable. Rare errors that make it valuable. If you want to know why some 1987 D Lincoln pennies are worth thousands, pay close attention. Some of these error coins have sold for huge amounts at auctions. Double die obverse, DDO. This is one of the most famous and sought-after errors. Look for doubling on Lincoln's face date. Liberty. Or, In God We Trust. Coins with strong doubling have fetched $10,000 to $50,000. Double die reverse, DDR. This error affects the Lincoln memorial and lettering on the back. Some DDR coins from 1987 D have been auctioned for over $20,000, off-center strikes. If a coin is struck off-center by 50% or more but still shows the date and mint mark, it can be extremely valuable, often selling for $5,000 to $15,000. Broad struck error. This happens when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, making it appear larger with stretched details. These can sell for $1,000 to $3,000, depending on the severity. Die cracks and cuds. These result from worn-out dies. Some 1987 D pennies have large die cracks or cuds, raised blobs where the metal fills a broken part of the die. The larger the cud, the higher the value. Some have sold for $3,000 or more. Missing copper plating. Because the 1987 D penny is zinc with a copper coating, some were struck without the copper layer, resulting in a silvery or dull gray appearance. A certified missing plating error can sell for $2,500 to $10,000. How to identify a high-value 1987 D penny. Not all 1987 D pennies are worth thousands, so here's what to look for. Mint condition, grade. The highest value pennies are graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. Coins in near-perfect condition with full luster and nowhere can command thousands of dollars. Error varieties. Use a jeweler's loupe or microscope to check for doubling, off-center strikes, missing plating, and die cracks. Color grading. RD versus RB versus BN. Full red, RD. Original bright copper color. Most valuable. Red-brown, RB. Some faded areas but still some red shine. Brown, BN. Darker and fully circulated. Least valuable. A full red, high-grade 1987 D penny is extremely rare and valuable. Record-breaking sales and current market value. The highest price ever paid for a 1987 D Lincoln penny was an insane $98,111 for a coin graded MS69 RD by PCGS. This is nearly a perfect condition penny with flawless surfaces and full luster. For most circulated 1987 D pennies, the value is 1 to 10 cents. However, if you have an uncirculated, high-grade, full red penny, its value jumps to $100 to $500. Rare error coins can sell for $1,000 to $50,000, depending on the type and severity of the error. If you find a high-grade double die or a dramatic off-center strike, you could be holding a small fortune. Where to sell your 1987 D penny? If you think you have a valuable 1987 D penny, here's where to sell it. eBay auctions, one of the biggest marketplaces for rare coins. Professional Coin Grading Services, PCGS, NGC. Getting your coin certified can significantly increase its value. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers. These top-tier auction houses specialize in rare coins. Coin shows and local dealers. Great places to get an appraisal and find collectors. Facebook groups and Reddit coin collecting communities. Many collectors look for rare coins in these online communities. So, could you have a $98,111 penny in your collection? If you own a 1987 D Lincoln penny, check for high-grade condition, doubling errors, missing plating, or dramatic strikes. Even if you don't find a rare one, searching for valuable coins is a fun and rewarding hobby. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest coin discoveries. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're diving deep into the 1988 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might look like any ordinary penny in your pocket but has been sold for an unbelievable $67,893 at auction. That's right, this tiny coin could be worth a life-changing amount of money. So, what makes this penny so special? How can you tell if you have one? And what are the rare errors that make it worth thousands? Stay tuned as we break down everything you need to know. History of the 1988 Lincoln penny. The 1988 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark beneath the date on the obverse front of the coin. The 1980s were an interesting time for Lincoln cents, as the U.S. Mint was transitioning between different die styles and experimenting with various production techniques. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The reverse of the 1988 penny still features the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo, which had been in use since 1959. However, in 1993, the Mint replaced the memorial design with the Lincoln Shield, making these older memorial pennies more desirable to collectors. Mintage and general details. The 1988 Lincoln penny had a mintage of over 5.25 billion coins. Yes, billions. With so many pennies produced, you might be wondering, how can one be worth $67,893? The answer lies in rare varieties, mint errors, and high-grade specimens that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. The 1988 Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Unlike older copper-based pennies from before 1982, this coin has a zinc core with a thin copper coating, which makes it prone to wear, corrosion, and damage over time. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. Rare errors that make it valuable. One of the biggest reasons the 1988 Lincoln penny can be worth thousands of dollars is due to mint errors and transitional varieties. Here are some of the most valuable errors that you should look out for. 1988 transitional reverse, 1989 reverse design. This is the holy grail error for 1988 pennies. In 1989, the U.S. Mint introduced a new reverse design for the Lincoln Memorial cent, where the designer's initials, F.G., Frank Gasparo, were slightly repositioned and the details were sharper. However, some 1988 pennies were mistakenly struck with this new reverse, making them extremely rare and valuable. A high-grade example of this transitional error sold for over $67,000. Double die obverse, DDO. A double die occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, leading to a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's profile, date, or lettering. If you see doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," you could have a valuable coin worth thousands. Double die reverse, DDR. Just like the obverse, doubling can also occur on the reverse, affecting the Lincoln Memorial, the steps, or inscriptions. A clear DDR error can fetch $500 to $5,000, depending on its condition. Off-center strikes. If a penny wasn't properly aligned when struck, part of the design will be missing on one side, while the other side will have extra blank space. An off-center strike of 50% or more with a visible date and mint mark can be worth $1,000 or more. BIE error. A small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, which looks like an extra I. This is a minor error but still collectible. Clipped planchet. If the coin blank was improperly cut, it may have a curved or straight missing section. These clipped planchet errors can be worth hundreds of dollars, especially on a high-grade 1988 D penny. Die cracks and cuds. These happen when the die that strikes the coin develops cracks, leading to raised lines or blobs on the penny. The more dramatic the die crack or cud, the higher the value. How to identify a high-value 1988 D penny? Not all 1988 D Lincoln pennies are worth a fortune, so how can you tell if you have a valuable one? Here are key factors to check: mint condition, grade. The most valuable 1988 D pennies are in mint state. MS condition, graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A flawless, uncirculated coin with no wear is highly sought after. Errors and varieties. Use a high-powered magnifying glass or coin microscope to check for double die errors, off-center strikes, and the rare transitional reverse. Full red RD versus brown BN color. Copper coins are graded based on color. Full red RD bright original copper color, most valuable. Red brown RB. Some fading but still has red tones. Brown BN darker circulated look, least valuable. A full red 1988 D penny in high grade is worth far more than a brown one. Record-breaking sales and current market value. The highest recorded auction sale for a 1988 D Lincoln penny was a staggering $67,893 for an MS67 RD transitional era penny. These coins are extremely rare, making them highly sought after by serious collectors. For most circulated 1988 D pennies, the value is typically 1 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples graded MS65 RD or higher can sell for $100 to $500. Error coins, especially double dies and transitional reverses, have been known to sell for $10,000 to $67,000 plus at auctions. Where to sell your 1988 D Lincoln penny if you think you have a valuable 1988 D penny? Here's where you can sell it: eBay auctions, competitive bidding from collectors worldwide, coin dealers and shops. Many local dealers specialize in rare pennies. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers. Great collections, premier sites for rare coin auctions, coin shows and expos. Get your coin appraised and meet collectors. PCGS and NGC grading services. Professional grading can increase your coin's value significantly. So, could you be sitting on a $67,893 treasure? If you have a 1988 D Lincoln penny, it's definitely worth checking for rare errors, high-grade condition, and color quality. Even if you don't find a rare one, coin hunting is always an exciting and rewarding hobby. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on valuable coin updates. Also, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're talking about a 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that, believe it or not, has sold for an incredible $73,972 at auction. That's right. A simple penny, worth just 1 cent in face value, turned into a small fortune for a lucky collector. But what makes this coin so valuable? Why are collectors willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for it? And how can you check if you have one of these rare and expensive pennies in your collection? Stick around, because we're going to break down the history, errors, grading, and record-breaking auction prices of the 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Let's dive in. History of the 2000 Lincoln penny. Before we get into the value of this coin, let's take a moment to appreciate its history. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse, front, and wheat stalks on the reverse, back. In 1959, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This design was used until 2008, making the 2000 Lincoln penny one of the last of the Lincoln Memorial series before the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln Bicentennial pennies in 2009. The 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not include a mint mark on its pennies. While billions of these coins were produced, only a select few have become incredibly valuable due to errors, high grades, and rare varieties. Mintage and general details. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 5.5 billion Lincoln pennies in 2000, making it one of the most common pennies in circulation. However, just because a coin is common doesn't mean it can't be valuable. The rarest and most valuable 2000 no mint mark pennies are those that are in high-grade condition, MS68 or higher, or feature rare mint errors. Here are the specifications of the 2000 Lincoln penny. Composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper weight, 2.5 grams diameter, 19.05 mm edge. Plain designer: Victor David Brenner, obverse. Frank Gasparo, reverse. Rare errors that make it worth thousands. One of the biggest reasons a 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny can sell for nearly $74,000 is because of mint errors. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable ones. Wide AM reverse error. One of the most famous errors for the 2000 Lincoln penny is the wide AM variety. Normally, the letters A and M in America are very close together, touching or nearly touching, on business strike pennies. However, due to a die mix-up, some pennies were struck with a proof-style wide AM reverse, where the letters are spaced further apart. This variety is extremely rare and can be worth thousands of dollars, especially in high grades. Double die obverse DDO, a doubling effect on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the lettering such as "In God We Trust," can make the coin significantly more valuable. Some 2000 pennies with this error have sold for $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the strength of the doubling. Double die reverse DDR, if the doubling occurs on the reverse, particularly on the Lincoln Memorial or the words United States of America, the value can skyrocket. Off-center strikes. A 2000 penny struck off-center by 50% or more, but still showing the date and Lincoln's profile, can fetch $1,000 to $5,000, depending on the severity of the error. Die cracks and cuds. Over time, the dies that strike coins can crack, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. These are known as die cracks or cuds and can significantly increase the coin's value. Struck on the wrong planchet. If a 2000 penny was mistakenly struck on a foreign coin blank, or even a dime planchet, it becomes an instant rarity, often selling for $10,000 or more. How to identify a high-value 2000 penny? Not every 2000 no mint mark penny is worth thousands, so how can you tell if yours is? Here are some things to look for. Mint state condition, grade MS65 or higher. The highest value coins are in perfect, uncirculated condition with no scratches, dents, or wear. Full red RD versus brown BN color. Copper coins are graded based on color. Full red RD bright, original copper color, most valuable. Red brown RB, some fading but still has red tones. Brown BN. Darker, circulated look, least valuable. A full red 2000 penny in MS69 condition is extremely rare and can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Errors and varieties. Look for wide AM, doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks to determine if you have a valuable penny. Record-breaking sales and current market value. The most expensive 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny ever sold at auction fetched an astounding $73,972. This was for a PCGS-graded MS69 RD example, making it one of the finest known specimens. For reference, here's what different grades of the 2000 Lincoln penny can sell for. Circulated condition, GVF, 1 to 10 cents uncirculated, MS63, $10 to $1.50 MS65 RD, $100 to $500 MS67 RD, $1,000 to $5,000 MS69 RD, perfect condition, $50,000 to $74,000 plus. Where to sell your 2000 Lincoln penny. If you think you have a valuable 2000 Lincoln penny, Here's where to sell it: eBay, great for online auctions with competitive bidding. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, best for high-end coin sales. Coin dealers and shops, good for quick sales. PCGS or NGC grading services. To maximize value, get your coin professionally graded before selling. Could you be sitting on a $73,972 penny without even knowing it? The 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but high-grade examples and rare errors make it one of the most sought-after modern pennies. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more rare coin discoveries. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny in your change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hello, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover hidden treasures in everyday pocket change. Today, we are talking about the 2001 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might seem common at first glance but has been selling for an unbelievable price of $28,354. Yes, that's right. This little penny could be worth a life-changing amount, and in today's video, we will dive deep into its history, key features, errors, and what makes it so valuable in today's coin market. Make sure to watch until the end because you won't want to miss any details that could help you find one of these rare pennies hiding in your collection. History of the 2001 Lincoln penny. The 2001 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and the D mint mark can be found just below the year on the obverse side of the coin. This penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, which was in circulation from 1959 to 2008 before being replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial series in 2009. The Lincoln penny was originally designed by Victor David Brenner and was first released in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design on the 2001 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo, which had been used since 1959. This coin is historically significant because it was minted during the final years of the Lincoln Memorial design before the bicentennial redesign. The 2001 penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, making it different from older wheat pennies that had a higher copper content. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 mm. Despite being a modern coin, some rare specimens have fetched thousands of dollars due to their mint condition, unique errors, and collector demand. Mintage and common details. The Denver Mint produced an estimated 5.3 billion Lincoln pennies in 2001, which means this coin is very common in circulation. However, the vast majority of these pennies are only worth face value, unless they have rare errors or are in extremely high grades. Many 2001 pennies have been found in circulation with minor scratches, wear, and tear, which significantly lowers their value. However, a small percentage of these coins were struck with errors or preserved in perfect mint state condition, making them highly desirable among collectors. Rare errors that make the 2001 penny valuable. The real money in collecting 2001 Lincoln pennies comes from finding rare errors or high-grade specimens. Let's go over some of the most valuable error varieties that have sold for thousands of dollars. Double die obverse, DDO, one of the most sought-after errors. This occurs when the design is accidentally struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's face, date, or inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. These can sell for $500 to $5,000, depending on the severity. Double die reverse, DDR. Similar to the obverse doubling, this affects the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, leading to a shadowed or distorted appearance. Some of these have been auctioned for $1,000 to $7,000. Off-center strikes. If the coin was not properly aligned when struck, it may have part of the design missing. A 50% off-center strike with a visible date and mint mark can fetch over $2,000. BIE error. This is a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like there's an extra I in the word. Although minor, some collectors will pay $50 to $500 for this unique flaw. Clipped planchet. This error occurs when a part of the coin's blank planchet was mistakenly cut off before being struck. A dramatic clipped planchet error can be worth $500 to $3,000, depending on size and appearance. Die cracks and cuds. These appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin, caused by damage to the die that strikes the coin. Larger and more dramatic cracks can increase the value significantly, with some fetching $500 to $2,500. How to identify a high-value 2001D penny. Not every 2001D Lincoln penny is worth thousands, so here's how you can identify a valuable one. Mint condition. Grade matters. The highest value pennies are in mint state, MS condition, graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A flawless, uncirculated 2001D penny is extremely rare and highly sought after. Check for errors. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchets. These errors can drastically increase the value. Full red RD versus brown BN color. Copper coins are classified into three categories based on color. Full red RD bright original copper tone, most valuable. Red brown RB, some fading but still retains red hues. Brown BN darker, more circulated look, least valuable. A full red MS 69 2001D penny could be worth $10,000 to $28,354 at auction. Record-breaking sales and current market value. The highest recorded sale for a 2001D Lincoln penny was a PCGS graded MS 69 RD specimen, which sold for $28,354 at auction. This coin was virtually flawless, making it one of the finest known examples. For most circulated 2001D pennies, the value is typically 1 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated specimens in MS 65 RD or higher can sell for $50 to $500. Error coins, especially major double dies or off-center strikes, have been known to sell for $1,000 to $7,000 or more. Where to sell your 2001D penny? If you think you have a valuable 2001D Lincoln penny, here are the best places to sell it. eBay auctions, great for competitive bidding from collectors worldwide. Coin shops and dealers. Many local dealers specialize in rare coins. Online auction houses, heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, great collections. These sites attract serious collectors. Coin shows and conventions, a great place to get your coin appraised and find buyers. Professional grading services, PCGS, NGC. Getting your coin certified can increase its value and make it easier to sell. So, could you be sitting on a $28,354 treasure? If you have a 2001D Lincoln penny, it's worth checking for errors, high grades, and color quality. Even if you don't have one of the rare ones, coin collecting is always an exciting and rewarding hobby. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins. Also, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny in your change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover rare and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a small copper coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, reaching an incredible $74,911 in value. Yes, you heard that right. This is not just any ordinary penny. Some of these rare 1984 pennies have been selling for thousands of dollars due to specific errors, minting variations, and high-grade specimens. So, stay with me as we uncover the fascinating history of this coin, the rare errors that make it so valuable, how to identify if you have one, and where you can sell it for top dollar. History of the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. The 1984 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse design, featuring President Abraham Lincoln's profile, was created by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner and has remained a staple of American currency for over a century. The reverse side of the 1984 Lincoln penny features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design was in circulation from 1959 until 2008, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial designs in 2009, followed by the Shield Reverse in 2010. The no mint mark on this coin means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which, at the time, did not use a mint mark for Lincoln pennies. While billions of 1984 pennies were produced, only a small fraction contained the rare errors and high-quality strikes that make them worth thousands today. Mintage and general details. In 1984, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 8.1 billion Lincoln pennies. That's a massive number, so you might be wondering, how can a coin with such a high mintage be worth nearly $75,000? The answer lies in the condition, rarity, and errors. Most 1984 pennies are common and only worth their face value, but certain high-grade specimens, along with rare error coins, command huge premiums in the collector's market. Here are some key details about the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper weight, 2.5 grams diameter, 19.05 mm. Plain designer: obverse Victor David Brenner designer, reverse Frank Gasparo. Now, let's get into what really makes this coin valuable. Errors and high-grade specimens. Valuable. Errors on the 1984 Lincoln penny. One of the main reasons a 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny can be worth a small fortune is due to minting errors. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare mistakes, which dramatically increase the value of a coin. 1. 1984 double ear error, DDO double die obverse. The most famous error found on the 1984 penny is the double ear Lincoln penny. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, creating a double image of Lincoln's ear. This error is one of the most sought-after varieties in the Lincoln penny series. The doubling is clearly visible near Lincoln's ear, making it easy to spot. If you find one of these in high-grade condition, it can be worth thousands of dollars. In MS65 red, RD, condition, this coin has sold for $5,000 to $10,000. The highest recorded sale of a 1984 double-ear Lincoln penny was a staggering $74,911. 2. Off-center strikes. If a penny is struck while misaligned, it results in an off-center strike, where part of the design is missing. The more dramatic the off-center error, for example, 50% off-center with a full date, the more valuable the coin. A 1984 penny with a 50% off-center strike has sold for over $3,500 at auction. 3. Clipped planchet error. A clipped planchet occurs when the coin blank is improperly cut, leaving a missing section. These errors vary in size and shape, but larger clips tend to be more valuable. A 1984 Lincoln penny with a clipped planchet error can fetch $500 to $2,000.40. Die cracks and cuts. Over time, the dies used to strike coins develop cracks. This can result in raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. A dramatic cut error, where a chunk of the die breaks off, can significantly increase the value of a 1984 penny. Large cut errors on a 1984 penny have been auctioned for $2,500 plus. 5. Broad strike error. A broad strike error happens when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand beyond its normal diameter. This type of error can add significant value to a 1984 penny, sometimes selling for $1,500 to $4,000. How to identify a valuable 1984 penny? Not all 1984 pennies are worth a fortune, so how do you know if you have one of the valuable ones? Here's what to look for. Check for errors. Look for the double ear error, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks. Condition matters. The best prices are for uncirculated coins graded MS65 or higher. Color grading: full red, RD, most valuable red-brown, RB, some value brown, BN, least valuable, record-breaking sales and current market value. The highest price ever recorded for a 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny is $74,911 for MS68 RD, red, graded example. For circulated coins, values typically range from 1 cent to $5. However, if you find a high-grade uncirculated specimen, values jump significantly. MS65 RD, $100 to $500 MS66 RD, $1,000 plus MS67 RD, $5,000 to $20,000 MS68 RD, $74,911, auction record. Where to sell your 1984 Lincoln Penny? If you have a valuable 1984 Lincoln Penny, you can sell it at eBay auctions, competitive bidding from collectors, heritage auctions and Stack's Bowers, best for high-value coins, local coin dealers and coin shows, a good way to get quick appraisals. PCGS and NGC certification. Professional grading will increase your coin's value and attract serious buyers. So, could you be sitting on a $74,911 penny? If you have a 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln Penny, carefully check for errors, high-grade condition, and rarity. Even if you don't have a jackpot coin, hunting for rare coins is an exciting and profitable hobby. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on valuable coins. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny in your change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2008 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but has fetched an incredible $19,267 in the collector's market. If you've got one of these pennies, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, stick around as we explore its history, key features, and what makes it so valuable today. History of the 2008 Lincoln penny. The 2008 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D Mint mark found just below the year on the coin. This was one of the last Lincoln Memorial pennies to be minted before the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln Bicentennial Series in 2009, celebrating the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The reverse of the 2008 penny still features the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo, before the Mint switched to the 4 different designs in 2009, eventually leading to the permanent shield reverse in 2010. Mintage and general details. Now, let's talk numbers. In 2008, the Denver Mint produced over 2.85 billion Lincoln pennies. Yes, that's billions with a B. With such a high mintage, you might wonder how a 2008 penny could ever be worth nearly $20,000. The answer lies in errors, high-grade specimens, and rare varieties that collectors are eager to own. The 2008 Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a weight of 2.5 grams and a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Unlike older wheat pennies that were made of a higher copper content, these newer pennies have a thin copper coating over a zinc core. This composition makes them prone to damage and deterioration, which means finding a high-quality, uncirculated 2008 penny is quite rare. Rare errors that make it valuable. One of the biggest reasons a 2008 Lincoln penny can be worth thousands of dollars is due to mint errors. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable ones. Double die obverse, DDO. This occurs when the design is accidentally struck more than once, leading to a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the lettering like "In God We Trust." These can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on the severity. Double die reverse, DDR. Similar to the obverse doubling, this affects the Lincoln Memorial design on the back, creating a shadowed or blurred effect. Off-center strikes. If the coin wasn't properly centered when struck, you'll see part of the design missing on one side and a blank area on the other. A 50% off-center strike with a visible date and mint mark can be extremely valuable. BIE error. This is a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, which looks like an extra I. This is a minor error but can still increase the coin's value. Clipped planchet. If the coin blank was improperly cut, it may have a curved or straight missing section, making it highly sought after. Die cracks and cuds. These imperfections happen when the die that strikes the coin gets damaged, leaving raised lines or blobs on the penny. Larger and more dramatic die breaks command higher prices. How to identify a high-value 2008D penny? Not all 2008D pennies are worth a fortune, so how do you know if you have one of the valuable ones? Here are some key factors to check: mint condition, grade. The most valuable 2008D pennies are in mint state, MS condition, graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A penny with no wear, sharp details, and original luster will always be worth more. Errors and varieties. Carefully inspect your coin under magnification to spot doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. A certified error penny can be worth significantly more. Full red, RD, versus brown, BN, color. Copper coins are graded based on color. Full red, RD, bright, original copper color, most valuable. Red brown, RB, some fading but still has red tones. Brown, BN, darker, circulated look, least valuable. A full red 2008D penny in high grade can fetch thousands of dollars. Record-breaking sales and current market value. The highest auction price for a 2008D Lincoln penny was a staggering $19,267 for a coin graded MS69 RD by PCGS. This coin was nearly flawless, making it an extremely rare find. For most circulated 2008D pennies, the value is typically 1 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples in MS65 RD or higher can sell for $50 to $500, depending on the buyer. Error coins, especially dramatic double dies or major off-center strikes, have been known to sell for $1,000 to $5,000 at auction. The value depends on rarity, collector demand, and the coin's visual appeal. Where to sell your 2008D Lincoln penny? If you think you have a valuable 2008D penny, here's where you can sell it. eBay auctions, great for getting competitive bids from collectors worldwide. Coin dealers and shops. Many local dealers specialize in buying rare coins. Online coin marketplaces, heritage auctions. Stax Bowers, great collections. These sites cater to serious collectors. Coin shows and expos, a fantastic place to get your coin appraised and find buyers. Third-party grading services, PCGS, and NGC. Getting your coin professionally graded can significantly increase its value and attract serious buyers. So, could you be sitting on a $19,267 treasure? If you have a 2008D Lincoln penny, it's definitely worth checking for mint errors, high-grade condition, and color quality. Even if you don't find a rare one, hunting for valuable coins is always an exciting and rewarding hobby. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins. Also, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny in your change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!